What a classy presentation. But as always, you can have a beautiful bottle, box, everything. But if the juice inside sucks, that's another thing. Hey YouTube fragrance family, welcome to another first impression. And as promised, all of you voted on my recent video way back when on my 4 recent purchases. It was this versus an Atelier fragrance versus Noble Fig, and then of course an Hermes fragrance. This one is the one that you guys, subscribers choice, voted for, the first fragrance that you wanted me to review, do an initial impression and all that. So I'm a man of my word. Let's get into the initial impression on Fleur Universelle by Lalique. This is from their Noir Première line, and this is absolutely presentation just knocked my socks off. I'm not even wearing socks right now. This fragrance, again, with my initial impression, something new, of course. I'm living with it right now and put it on my skin for approximately 5 hours right now. Right here, I'm going to put a spray right now on video on the introduction right here, but before I even get into that, first and foremost, this fragrance, I'll let you go right now because I've worn it a few times already. I just haven't given my thoughts on camera, but this has an amouage complexity to it and depth that I'm going to certainly enjoy this release. My first few impressions of this fragrance is really outstanding. It has that amouage depth. So before I get in the full-fledged initial impression, I just want to thank, of course, my partner FragranceX.com for this scent. You can purchase actually all of this right now on FragranceX.com. You can utilize my code ROBES08. This is not cheap juice, so even at a discounter like Fragrance X, it is going to be fairly expensive, but the ROBES08 code is going to help out a little bit. So I thank you to them for this particular fragrance. So the nose behind this fragrance is Julie Masse, and she's the nose behind the Shea and Blue line, a brand that I'm really interested into. I know a lot of my fragrance reviewers online have tackled this brand. They got a blueberry one, they got a watermelon one, really interesting fruity fragrances. So she's the nose behind a lot of their releases, or most of their releases. So I can't wait to delve into this one. So let's get into it. Let's do the spray on my hand here to give you guys the initial impression. Again, I'm going to revisit here once it's sat on my skin for a bit. So I'm going to move this right here. Beautiful, beautiful presentation. God damn, that presentation. Beautiful. So now this scent, c'est beau. Oh, c'est très beau. This Fleur Universelle is a very warm scent in the opening. I didn't buy this for spring. A lot of my recent purchases are made for spring and summer. That's why I'm getting them. This one I just couldn't pass up. I had to get it. They were low in stock on Fragrance X, and I'm like, that's it. I'm done. You know what this smells like? And I'm going to describe it as warm sand. This is the type of scent this smells like. It smells like warming quality. And I think that's a great way of describing this scent. There's rum in here, there's cinnamon, there's cardamom and pink pepper. All of this gives this scent a warming spice-like hit to the fragrance. Pink pepper, from this initial impression here, seems like it's the one that is gravitating to my nose more, is more of the central note in this opening, but you're getting a lot of that other spices, cardamom, a lot of that too, a lot of cinnamon, and that rum is really, really nice. Now, what else is in this fragrance that makes me think of amouage? Because the note du jour for amouage in the past couple years has been Immortelle, and this fragrance has Immortelle in it, and it just snapped right in my, I went boom, Immortelle right away. Immortelle is a complex note. It's a note that's hard to put into a fragrance without making it very daring or different. It doesn't mesh very well with certain notes. So it has Immortelles and Fate Man here that I have right here. And of course, Primary in Sunshine Man right here. So if this is fragrances that you have a liking to, you may like this. This has that type of The Immortelle shows up in the introduction already. I can smell it, but also into the dry down. So the Immortelle gives this fragrance almost a dusty, ambery take. It's beautiful in this dry down. And the use of it does remind me more of, I would say, more the use of sunshine. It's more prominent, but in this it's still great. Immortelle and patchouli are the two notes that are central in this dry down. And from what I'm smelling here, much darker. That warming quality hits more in the dry down too. Really nice. It's a ship. This is a sheep-based fragrance. It almost tries to be gourmand at times. So of course, Immortelle has can throw out like a pastry-like feel, and some people get it from Sunshine Man, that pastry-like feel. I think I'm trying to remember the reviewer, but somebody said it smelled like donuts, and it has that pastry-like feel to the fragrance. To note, the rum is never boozy in this fragrance, so if you're looking at rum and you're like, ooh, it's going to smell like booze, no, it has more of a caramel warmth, syrupy. It's not too sweet, and when I'm talking about syrupy caramel, I'm not thinking sweetness. I'm thinking more of an underlay that gives this fragrance some warmth, some depth to the fragrance. Really, I like it. I really like this one. Dry down's really good. There's not much movement in this fragrance, so it's not moving much, but really a great take on Lalique. I know they have it in them with their, their lower end Encre Noire line. They do great. So when I knew they had a brand like this or a line like this, I just had to jump in. This was like, I've never smelled any of these fragrances, including this one. I want to get more of these. There's a whole line, so several of them. I want to get them all. I want to be like a goddamn Pokemon, and I just want to catch them all. Thank you for watching. I don't want this to run too long. My first impression, yes, there's going to be a review on this. It's going to be the first one from that whole haul that I'm going to be reviewing. Keep it tuned in. Of course, I'm going to do first impressions on the other bottles that you guys voted. The next one is line, I believe, is going to be Noble Fig, and then the Hermes, and then, of course, Pomelo Paradis by Atelier. So that's the lineup that it's going to go through. So thank you so much for all the ones that did vote on that video. And yeah, please let me know if you have smelt any from this whole lineup. I would love to hear, even if you've smelt Fleur, good things, bad things. Is this something that you're interested in? They're fairly pricey. You go do some research on this brand, and you're going to take a look at these, and you're going to be like, whew, better be good. So thank you for watching. Have a good one.